Hello everyone, myself Sabri and I welcome you to our channel Solution Bridge Network and one-stop solution for all your Power Platform tutorials. In today's video, we are going to explore the approvals section in Power Automate. So we will take a simple use case of leave request and we will trigger an approval and wait for the approver to respond and store the approval action in the SharePoint. To achieve this, I have created a simple SharePoint list called leave request, which has few columns like leave from, leave till, leave category, and the comments. So for the approvers to store their response, I have an approver name, the approval status, and approver comments. Here leave category and approval status are choice columns. So whenever a new entry is being added to this leave request, I would like to initiate a Power Automate flow which goes and checks the manager of the creator and it triggers an approval to the manager. Now let's get back to the Power Automate login screen. So you can get into the site by hitting the URL make.powerautomate.com. Once you are inside this site, you can go to create and you should select the type of flow which you are intended to create. Here, my Power Automate flow should get initiated whenever an item is created automatically. So I would go with automated cloud flow. And now you need to enter the name for your flow. I would like to call this flow as leave request approval. And the trigger condition should be when an item is created. So click on create. Automatically it opens the new designer template. I will switch back to the old designer and let's start filling in the information of the SharePoint site. So my site name is data site. So I click the drop down and I'll select the site name and the list name what you have seen is leave request. So as I said earlier, whenever a new item is created, the next step what we need to follow is to find the manager of the creator. So I would like to leverage the Office 365 users connector here. So let me type in Office and you will be able to find an Office 365 connector. Here there are different set of actions available for you to select and you can go with Get Manager V2. So the Get Manager V2 accepts one field as an input, which is user or the user principal name. So what I'll do, I'll pass in the dynamic content, which is created by email. So I'll say type created and I'll select created by email. So the next step is to trigger an approval. So I would like to leverage the approvals connector here. So let me type in approval and select the approvals connector. You will be able to see four different type of actions and I would like to use start and wait for an approval. So what it does is it triggers an approval and it waits to get the response from the approver. So there are few types of approval actions. So if you click the drop down, you will be able to find the list. So either if you have multiple approvers, you can wait for everyone to approve or reject, or you can wait for first to respond. I would like to go with first to respond since we have only one manager assigned to an user in our Outlook connector. So now it's time for you to pass in the title. So I'll pass in the title as leave requested for. So leave requested for, and I'll pass in the name of the user who created this request. So I'll say created by and I'll select created by display name. Here you need to key in the person who you want to approve or reject this request, the approver. So actual approver is the manager. So what I'll do, I'll go to get manager v2 connector and I'll pass in the mail address of that manager. Here you will be able to show the information that you're intended to show the approver and the template. So we can pass in the leave requested from, requested till, and the category. First we can say leave requested from, pass in the dynamic connector. So just type in leave and you can say leave from, enter. You can say leave requested till and you can pass in the connector leave requested till. Similarly, do an enter and type a leave category. And you can pass in the category value. We are passing in the value, the reason being this column is a choice column in SharePoint. The next option what you have here is a link item. Here you can just type in link and automatically you will get a link to item in the when an item is created section, which you can pass. So probably this will act as a link, and if the user clicks this link, that's the if the actual approver clicks this link, he will be taken to the SharePoint site where they will be able to view the complete information of that item. So item description, if you want to describe what this item is, you can do it, but I would like to copy paste the title here in the description. So the next action, what we should do is we should get the outcome of this approval action to find whether the user have approved or rejected. So I'll add a condition here, and in the condition I would like to check the output of outcome from the previous step. So outcome, if the outcome is equal to approve, then I would like to add a step here, which is to update the existing item. So go to the if condition yes, then add an action and select SharePoint and then update an item action. So SharePoint, and we are selecting update an item. So you can select the site as data site and the list name as leave request. ID can be unique. So this ID can be taken from when an item is created, and you can start filling in the required information. So you can see that we are in a condition where the outcome is approved because we are updating it in the yes condition. So if the outcome is equal to approve and if it is true, then obviously we need to change the approval status value to approved. So we'll change it to approved. And the approver name would be the manager name who approved it. So you can just type in display name and you can take the display name from get manager details. In the approval comments, you can pass in the comments. So you just type comments. So probably the response comments is what we need to pass here. On selecting this response comment, you will see that there is an apply to each loop created. The reason being there is a possibility that the start and wait for approval might go with multiple users. Here we will have only one approver and hence this will just run only once. So I would like to copy this and paste it in the no condition as well. So let's expand and make a small change here on the approval status. The reason being this should not be approved, this should be rejected. So I'll change the approval status from approved to rejected. Now I'll save this flow. Our flow is saved successfully. So let's go and test it. So select manual because we will not be able to select automatically. The reason being it have not run previously. So we'll go with manual and click on test. So now to see this flow working, we need to add an item to the SharePoint. So let's go to the SharePoint, add a new item. So I would like to pass in the information. So let's say the leave, and the leave category as personal leave, and I would like to pass in the comments as not applicable, and I'd like to save it. Since there is already an item created, the flow should have started running, and you can see automatically the approval status become initiated. Let's go to the flow. You can see the flow is running currently. So when an item is created, it just goes to get manager and it got my manager details. Yes, Pradeep is my manager as per the system. And now it might have sent an email to Pradeep and it's waiting for Pradeep to respond. So let me take you to the screen where I have logged in as Pradeep, and you can see that at 11:54 there is an email. Let's expand it. It is leave requested for my name, and you can see the requested till, requested date, and the category as well. So either Pradeep can approve or reject. So I would like to approve first. So I select approve and I'm saying that approved and good to go. Let's click on submit. Here it says the action completed successfully. So let's get back to the flow, and now this flow should get the output from that information what Pradeep have keyed in. So he have set the outcome as approve, and if you scroll down you might be able to see the comments what is given by Pradeep, that is approved and good to go. So if you go to the condition, our yes condition might have executed, the reason being he approved the request, and now the SharePoint entry should have updated. Let's go to the SharePoint site and see if we have an data updated. Let's refresh the list. Now you can see that the approval status is approved, where the approval name is Pradeep Gupta, and the comments what he have given approved and good to go is already updated. So similarly, let's add in one more entry and try the reject case. So I would like to pass in the dates. I'll say the future dates of 29th August till 30th August, and I'll select the leave category as vacation, and I'll save this request. Now let's go to the Power Automate flow, get one step back, and let's wait for the flow gets initiated. So you can refresh this run history and you will be notified here if the flow started running. You can see here there is a flow which got initiated before a second ago, and that is running. So let's go to Pradeep's login, and we might get one more email which gets initiated from the Power Automate flow shortly. So we got an email at 11:57. If you expand that, you can see the type as vacation, what I have currently keyed in, and the respective dates. So I would like to reject, and in the comments, I'll say that already multiple leaves on the same day, and I would like to submit it. On submission, this will send a notification to the, and let's get back to our SharePoint site and refresh the site and see if we have the updated information. So currently we can see that the item is rejected by Pradeep Gupta, and it mentioned that already multiple leaves are on the same day. If you now go to the Power Automate flow and refresh your run history, it will confirm that your flow succeeded. By this, we come to end of this video. If you have any questions or clarification, please post it in the comment section and we will be happy to help. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, hit the like button and press the bell icon for our new video alerts.